Hi guys, welcome back to Anastasia Chornaya Show. My name is Anastasia Chornaya, and today we're doing something a little bit different from what we've done before. Please stick with me on this one because I'm just testing it out to see how it goes or not. I've never really actually done anything like this before, and I'm really excited. But before we get into it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new over here because there's so much more fun to come in the following videos. And don't forget to like it just because it helps me out a lot and because I am taking my time to do this, guys, for you. Hopefully that will be entertaining or you will enjoy this. Either way, let's get right into it. So, this is something new that I didn't really know existed. I've heard of it, but it kind of was something that you would see influencers do, which is test out different products, right? Well, it's, I'm not a cool influencer who has a lot of following, who just has stuff sent to her for free all the time, or gets paid for it. So this is definitely not something that is sponsored, but as a regular consumer who's been in this country for a while, I just want to share something with you, especially for those people who are excited about free stuff like I am. So either way, a lot of companies are trying to attract attention of their consumers who are existing to make sure that they stay with the company and don't swoon off because, there's so much competition for pretty much any product out there. And what companies that actually take care and make sure that they grow and create product that resonates with their consumers, what they do is they create these programs where they invite their existing consumers or somebody who, is not really in their database to test out their products. This is not the first time when that happened, when a company who I've bought from before reached out to me, among, of course, other consumers, to see if I would be interested in participating in doing a bit of a research for their company, do a little bit of a test drive of their products to make sure that they are on the right path, perfecting the product that they already have or introducing new products before it goes out on the market. But also it attracts more customers to their products. I purchased their products before. The company is called ZenBee, and they sell bites, and stick with me on this one. It's like they sell bites that are made out of vegetables, and they're made out of like really clean ingredients, and they're really healthy, and they are really great snack. They also make the bars, so instead of having regular like a sweet granola bar, they make vegetable bars, which are kind of sweet as well, but they're different. And you get a really good amount of vegetables out of their bars. Some of the bars are made out of sweet potato or made out of beetroot or corn and carrots, and I believe another one is edamame. That's the flavors that they have. The company also launched their pasta made out of chickpeas and lentils or yellow peas, something like that. Right now, I assume that they are working on perfecting their bars recipes, so they wanted to make sure it goes smoothly with the transition onto maybe the new recipe or upgrading their existing recipe with that. So they contracted some people to do taste test for those bars, and I agreed to do that because I think it's exciting. Plus they also, I'll be transparent, they also give you a $25 Amazon gift card, which is kind of cool. I get to eat for free. I mean, hello. And I get to buy some stuff on Amazon with those $25. I am here for it. Let's get started. So I just actually received a package from them. I haven't even opened it. We're gonna open it together so you guys can see what's up. So it's actually supposed to have 4 different bars with 2 flavors. What I was supposed to do, I'm supposed to test these bars out, and then I'm supposed to complete a survey, which is promised to be no longer than 10 minutes, and they asked for that survey to be completed in one sitting, which, I mean, easy, right? Here's what's in the package right here. These are the ZenBee bars. And as you can see, I've got 2 corn ones and I've got 2 beet ones. I actually really like beet. This is the Russian in me, the Slavic person in me, but I love the beet one. So I'm really excited to see what they've done with this one. So this is important to note. They put a sticker on the back of each bar, which has a number on it, the code. And I am to take these 4 bars in a particular order. What I just noticed is that everything is written in Japanese, which is so cool. I mean, I don't know if the company is in Japan at all, but either way, I'm supposed to take these in particular order, test it out, and do the review. They didn't send me instructions on what they wanted me to do, which is exactly what I just said. So I'm supposed to take 52, which is the beet one, and then 66, another beet one, 77 and 42, which are the corn ones. So I've got 52 and 66 right here. Right here. These are the ones that we're gonna test out. Okay, this is what a bar looks like on the inside. Kind of looks like it can be made from some berries, but this is actually a beetroot. But that's not the only ingredient in there, right? So let's just give it a try. So this is the first one. This is 52. Okay. This is so good. I love it. Okay, so the texture, it's not dry. It's a perfect middle between being dry and chewy and a bit moist at the same time. Yet it is crunchy. It is crunchy because it has cacao nibs and it has rice puffs in it. It is not too sweet because I am not the biggest fan of the sweet snacks. I always crave something savory and spicy. So that is the reason why I started buying these, because they're kind of a perfect middle between sweet and savory. I felt like I was really struggling finding something savory for a snack out there, because it's usually just chips or candy, and like I don't want to eat chips because they're not healthy, and this is actually really healthy. So you can definitely see the rice puffs in it. You can see that it's actually really soft because it's really easy to break, but it doesn't fall apart or crumble. I was so excited to get into eating these that I totally forgot that the packaging actually had the instructions on the inside. The back has some information, the nutritious information about the actual bars. So the first one that I just had, the 52 one, it has, let me tell you what it has. It has beets with the skin, it has date syrup, apple juice concentrate, diced almonds, almond powder, yellow pea puffs, cacao nibs, almond butter, olive oil, sea salt, black pepper. So it is completely clean ingredients. It is completely vegan. It has 4 grams of protein per 1 bar, and it only has 130 calories, which is a win-win for me. So here's the nutritional information for it. I just want to make sure I can see it. But here's the nutritional information for this. If you need to pause this video to take a look at that, go for it. But we're gonna move on. So the next one that I'm supposed to take, which is, as you can see, is written right over here. These are the instructions that they sent me, is code number B66. So let's get to it. I have it right over here, and I'm really curious to see what the difference would be, because it is the same original beet. You know what I just realized, guys? I told you it has cacao nibs, but it doesn't. And I swear that's probably what they changed. They removed the cacao nibs. And the crunchy sensation that I was experiencing was actually almonds. The second one, it looks completely different. It has completely different ingredients too. So this is what the other one, the other beet one, looks like. It's narrow, it's much drier, I can already tell. So it's very narrow. It has a lot of stuff on the inside, and it feels much drier. Look, it just breaks off. And just to give you a comparison, this is what the first one that we had, this is what it was. It's much darker, it's a bit more moist, and it feels like it has more beet than it does anything else on the inside. Let's give it a try. Okay. This is the original recipe. Definitely is much drier. It's not the bad kind of dry. This has more of a texture of a regular nut bar, and the flavor is completely different. I don't really taste the beet in this one, but I'm definitely tasting chocolate, like lots of it. It has vegetable, which is beets with skin, and sweet corn, persimmon juice concentrate. It has almond butter. The other one had diced almonds and almond powder, but this one actually has almond butter, which explains why it holds together really nicely and it doesn't fall apart that easily. And at the same time, even though it's really dry and it's kind of like hard, like you cannot really press on it and then squeeze it, versus the other one, it's still really moist. And then it also has diced almonds, has pea puffs, which is yellow pea, sweet corn, salt, and soybean, has cacao nibs, cocoa butter, quinoa puffs, and brown rice puffs. So it has way more puffs, which explains why it has so many dots. Now, comparing to the other one, it has the same amount of calories, which is 130 calories. It has 3 grams of protein, which is 1 gram less of protein than that one. It has the same amount of fiber, the same amount of sugar, and the same amount of fat. Personally, to me, out of these 2 bars, which have a very similar ingredients list and have very similar nutritional information, I would go with this one. This is my personal opinion. What I really, really like about this one is that it is much more moist. I really like the sensation. I have sensitive teeth, so for me, something that is softer versus something that's crunchy is definitely a much better choice because it doesn't hurt my teeth. That's one. 2, it is much more pleasant to chew this because you do not have to have water. You know, I feel like this is a really, really good balance between the beet flavor and the overall flavor of the whole bar. If I was at the store looking at 2 of these bars which have exactly the same packaging, not knowing what they look like on the inside, and only comparing by the nutritional information, I would definitely go with this one because it has more protein. All right, let's get to the next one. Next one will be the corn one. Now, when I've purchased this before, I do not believe that corn was my favorite. I would say it was my least favorite. So I'm really excited to dive into this right now and see what's up. First, what I'm supposed to be trying, what they asked, and we're going with that, is the one that has code C77. I've got C77 right here, so let's try this. First thing that I noticed is a very strong corn flavor. Yeah, very strong. Let's see. The first impression, it already started breaking right here because it's very crumbly. The pieces are kind of falling off. I don't know if you could see that, but as I'm like moving it around, the pieces are falling off. It kind of tastes like if you were to take a piece of white bread, sprinkle some protein powder on top of it for the texture, and then a little bit of white sugar on top. No butter, no jam, no peanut butter, nothing. Just those 3 ingredients. That's kind of what it tastes like. It kind of has a texture of a dry peanut butter bar. Again, not much flavor. Doesn't feel like it has any nuts in it. You know, kind of has this unjustified sweetness. So the ingredients, let's look at the ingredients. If you guys can see it, if you want to pause it, there you go. So it has less calories, which stands out right away. It's, you know, justifiable so. But what it has sweet corn with cob. Interesting, extra fiber. It has diced almonds, pea puffs, yellow peas, sweet corn, salt, soybean, that's what the pea puffs are made out of, persimmon juice concentrate, date syrup, almond butter, cocoa butter, brown rice puffs, quinoa puffs, and it has salt. So it has 3 grams of protein, the same amount of fiber as the beet ones, which is 4 grams. It has less fat, which only 5 grams of fat. C42 is the last one that we've got to try. Are you guys excited? Interestingly enough, this is the only bar that has stuff written in English. Boom. English. It already feels very soft, and I think I just broke it before opening the packaging itself. Okay, again, that strong corn smell right away. It broke off. As you can see, it has the same shape and form as the Beet bar, the first one that we had. It does look like it's much more moist than the other one. So if you compare the two together, so you can see the moisture on the inside of both. This one definitely looks much more dry than this one. Very soft. Again, it has that crunch. But this particular one, it has a bit of a soggy crunch. I don't necessarily feel much flavor in this one. This one has a bit of a preserved corn from a canned flavor, and this one has more of a roasted corn flavor. But again, I'm the huge fan of corn. I love corn, but this doesn't necessarily taste like corn. Not all that much. I just feel like it's too sweet. Out of these two, I wouldn't choose any. I don't like it. But if I was to choose either one of them, I'd probably go with the first one because at least it has much better texture, because this one is just soggy. The rice puffs in it are just weird because they're soggy. This one has 130 calories. This is the one if you want to pause it and look into it. So this one has sweet corn with a cob again. It has date syrup, diced almonds, apple juice concentrate, yellow pea puffs, almond powder, olive oil, almond butter, and sea salt. So now that we did this in the order that was suggested or kind of asked for, the next thing that we would do is go to the link that takes me to the survey that they provided. And I have already opened the first page, and what it's doing is it's asking me for just basic information. So I don't know if they're actually going to provide my name together with the survey results that I will, provide to them or not, but there's my name and my contact information on this page right here that I needed to verify, which it is correct. So I filled out the first page, which just basically asked me about the first one, right? It asked me if I liked it or not, or how much I liked it, and then it asked me to describe why I gave that opinion, whether I liked it or not. And also it has a few questions, a few basic questions to rate the pleasant aftertaste, which it does have a pleasant after. I don't really taste any aftertaste. I just think it's nice because it's not leaving anything behind in my mouth that shouldn't be there, like sometimes foods do that. It smells like chocolate. This one doesn't have chocolate in it, but it smells like chocolate. I'm not kidding. Also, it has a great texture. I love this texture. I think it's perfect. It has a nice appearance. Well, it kind of looks funny, like, not something that you would expect. I think it, to me personally, has a pleasant, nice appearance, and it has a delicious flavor. I would say yes to all of that. So it asks to rate this bar on crunchiness, texture, overall strength of flavor of the stick, the color, the chewiness, the strength of beet flavor specifically, the sweetness, the saltiness, and then the last question on this page is, would you say that overall this particular one is, and then there's 5 different answers to this question: greatly above your expectations, somewhat above your expectations, matching, or somewhat and greatly below my expectations, which this one actually exceeded it because I expected something dry, but this one is perfectly moist. So they had me fill out the same form for the second bar that I had, which is the second beet bar, the one that's like long and squarey. And then right now, after I filled that one out, it's asking me to do a comparison based on overall flavor, uniqueness, chewiness, appearance, healthiness, sweetness, flavor of the beet, overall texture, and then which one I would prefer the most. Alright, so after it asked me to complete the questions for each of the bars and then compare the two together, it did the same for the corn bars. The last questions that it asked me about were the questions about how likely I was to purchase any of the bars on their website, because I don't believe they actually sell anything in stores. And then it asked me what kind of a price range that I would be willing to pay for these products. And then it just asked me to enter my email so that I can receive my Amazon gift card. It didn't really take me all that much time. If I wasn't recording a video, it would probably have taken me about 20 minutes to figure all of this out. And I received $25 for it. I've got to try a new product with improved formula, or in the case of the corn ones, it kind of downgraded even more from where it was. But hey, we're all trying our best, and I really like the companies that do care and try to make the change in their products to make sure that it works out for consumers and that the company prospers and grows and makes and does better. Just like those companies that do care about the value that they offer to people, I care about the value that I offer to my subscribers, to my viewers. So if you have any ideas, if there's something that you would like to know about living in America, or my experience with stuff, or if you have a question and you cannot figure something out, let me know. I'm really excited to work with you because I'm doing this for you as much as I'm doing it for myself, because it's as much fun as it is. I also want to make sure that I'm bringing value to your life. So with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video. This was really new to me. I actually did enjoy making this. So I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like this video. If there's something that you enjoyed in this, let me know. Give me some feedback. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.